This is Bethan Elvin
on BBC Radio Wales.
Hello, this is Tom Smith from Editors, and this is my artist playlist for Bethan Elvin on BBC Radio Wales. I guess the band that changed my life, we could say, is R.E.M, a band that I've seen countless times over the years. They took us on tour with them as well for a few shows. Just an amazing experience. But I mean, I love so much of their back catalogue. I particularly like the record New Adventures in Hi-Fi, which not many people will pick, but there's a song on there called Be Mine, which is just beautiful. And I remember it was late 90s, and one of my other favourite bands, Radiohead, they were kind of chums at the time, and Tom York did a version singing this on stage with them, and I remember that just blowing my mind at the time. But yeah, Be Mine, it's an R.E.M song that not too many people will have heard, so let's play that. I guess I've written this down here as band I can't believe I've only just discovered, so I think that's probably the best way of putting it. Last week we were rehearsing for the tour coming up, and Russell played a track by the Blue Nile, and I'd heard the name the Blue Nile before, but I'd never listened to them in any depth, and so on hearing this just wonderful kind of very kind of British sounding miserableism, I was like, who the hell is this, Russell? And yeah, so I went back, and I've spent the last week really listening to a record of theirs called A Walk Across the Rooftops, which is their debut. And this song is called From Rags to Riches. And yeah, I can't believe the Blue Nile haven't been in my life, but they are now. The next song, what should we say, the record that makes me, I wouldn't say dance, you know, I'm kind of mid to late 30s now, 30, nearly 37, I've got 2 kids, yeah, dancing in the kitchen is probably best. Peter Gabriel and his song Steam. I love nearly all of Peter Gabriel's stuff, you know, an artist that there's so much stuff there that you can go back to and lose yourself in. But this song, I don't know, just has that kind of, I don't know, just that kind of vibe that only a middle-aged man can dance to in his kitchen. Hey, this is Tom from Editors, and this is my artist playlist for BBC Radio Wales. And the next song that I'd like to play is something new. The songs that I've been playing so far have all been, well, let me see, 80s and 90s. So this one is something from the last couple of years by Iver. So Iver, I like most of what he does, but his last record just blew me away. It's the one with all the titles that aren't really titles, and this particular track is called 8. And then in brackets the word circle, and the production on this album, the way he combines kind of like acoustic elements with the drum machines and the kind of more kind of weirdly industrial sounding kind of rhythms that go on, I don't know, it just feels like a real kind of like moment, like groundbreaking moment. And throughout the course of this record, it's quite a brutal listen, it's quite a hard listen at times, and then it gets to this song, which is, again, it's track 8 on the record as well as being called 8. And it just suddenly you get to this moment of like, I don't know, it's like taking a bath of honey, taking a bath in honey. But it's just a beautiful song, and it's something new that's brilliant, and that's it's always important to play stuff like that. People always ask me, you know, what's your favourite Editors track? And I tend to go for the slow, moody ones. I don't know, I think it's just how I'm programmed. On our last album, we did a song called The Law, and we had Rachel from Slowdive singing on it. We love Slowdive, and we love Rachel's voice, and it was a joy to have her in the studio with us. She sang on a few songs, but this one in particular is one of my favourites. Yeah, it's called The Law.